What's up, guys? Matt here for Matt's Movie Review. Jumping back into the Rocky series here. We're doing Rocky 2 today. The follow-up to the Academy Award-winning Rocky from 1976. Now, in my personal opinion, this movie is as good, or if not better, than the first Rocky. That's just my opinion. I think it's because he wins the fight at the end. Because I think that, you know, we all know the plot to this movie and everything. We'll talk about it a little bit, but I'm not going to go into a deep story about this movie because we all know what it's about. I'm just going to kind of give you my favorite parts and my thoughts on the movie. So, you know, when it came out 3 years later, I think that, I don't know, I just think, Rocky winning is just, I understand the concept of the first movie was not to have Rocky win. You know, it was a battle to last to the end. This movie gets to win, you know, and I think the acting is great in this movie. Some of the best acting from any of the 6 Rocky movies. I think Stallone does a great job. Explores a little bit different territory in this one. Of course, some of the high points in this movie. Rocky marries Adrian. He has his first child. And of course, the rematch with Apollo Creed. There's a lot going on in this movie. But the journey to where he has the rematch with Apollo is not as simple as it should be. Obviously, he has won. He has a little bit of money, but the money really isn't there because after taxes and all that, he doesn't get as much as he thought he would, right? So he tries to do commercials because Adrian doesn't want him to fight the rematch. And he kind of buys into it for a little bit. He doesn't want to fight. And, you know, so he tries to do these commercials and different things, and he's just not good at standing in front of the camera acting and stuff like that. He just feels humiliated by it. And so he's just run out of money, basically. He has to take just normal jobs to support Adrian. And she just, she won't give him her approval to fight Creed, even though Creed the entire time is goading him the entire time because everybody and their mother is telling Apollo Creed that you're washed up, you're finished, you're done. You know, the bum, Rocky Balboa, almost beat you, dude. And a lot of people think he did beat you. You know, it was like that kind of thing, and his pride's hurt. He really wants a rematch with Rocky to prove that he is the master of disaster, Apollo Creed. And so, Rocky eventually gets goaded into the fight, and he's training for the fight, but he does not have Adrian's blessing. He doesn't have her blessing, and so his training is lackluster, and his mind's not in it. Mickey's yelling at him. There is a good scene. I forgot to mention. There's a good scene with him and Mickey. He's talking to him, and he wants Mickey to train him for the fight, and Mickey wants to test his eye, and see how he is, and follow my hand, and he smacks Rocky upside the head because he couldn't see his hand coming because of his bad eye. And he says, I don't remember the exact line, but he says something to the effect of, Creed would have caved your face in with that right hand or whatever. You don't got it. There's no way you can win the fight. And so he goes through a little journey with Mick there. And in the meantime, of course, Adrian doesn't want him to fight. And Paulie comes to Adrian and basically treats her like crap. He's pretty much a jerk in all the movies. But this one in the first one, he's really a jerk. He's, stresses her out, and she ends up almost losing the baby. She goes into a coma. And, of course, Rocky stops training and is by her side all the time, talking with her and reading her books, and you know, he's lost. You know, he doesn't know what to do. Adrian, of course, ends up waking up, and of course, one of the most famous lines in all the Rocky movies, she says to him, "Win." You know, and that's the first thing she says to him, basically. You know, she's like, "There's something I want you to do for me," and he's like, "Well, what?" You know, "Win." And of course, Mickey is in the room, and he's like, "What are we waiting for?" You know, and they go start training. It goes into the training montage, and we all know the story. He gets into the ring with Apollo Creed, gets his ass kicked pretty good through most of the fight, but ends up winning the title on a double knockdown. Him and Creed each punch each other at the same time. They both go down. Rocky makes it up at the count of 9, and Apollo cannot get up. Rocky wins the title. He gets to win. He gets to win. And, you know, that, for me, that's really cool. You know, and a tender moment at the end of the fight. Paulie and Adrian are at home watching the fight because she's just not well enough to come to the fight yet, and she tears up and says, "I love you," you know, and just an amazing moment at the end of that fight, and of course everybody's favorite line from the movie, "Yo, Adrian, I did it." You know, it's awesome. It's awesome. It doesn't get much better than that. But like I said, I think the acting is really good in this movie. The story is great. The soundtrack is superb. Of course, Sylvester Stallone wrote it and directed it. Everybody returns, the same cast. Apollo's great in it. Everybody really does really well in this movie. But I just think it's a very interesting. Yeah, I can't say it's better than the original, all the way. I mean, because you can't have a second film without the first, obviously. It does not stand on its own. Obviously, you need the first film to understand the characters and the backstory. You know, of Rocky. I really do think that this movie is just a little bit more enjoyable than the original Rocky. I really do. I find myself watching Rocky 2 more than I do Rocky 1. I think because he wins. Like, I understand that's not the point of the first Rocky. I know, I get it, I know. Believe me, I know. But I think I just like the fact that he won. I think the film is a little bit better directed than the first film. I think the story flows a little bit better to me. It's a little bit faster paced than the original. And the main fight is a lot more exciting and a lot longer. I think the acting is just a tad bit better as well, which only goes to you know, that's going to happen because as, you know, you play these characters again and again, you probably learn how to play them better, and then maybe stuff comes out better than it did the last time. And so it's a natural progression for, I think, any actor. This is one of those sequels that really has, in some ways, the same feel of the original. It isn't as fresh as the original because a lot of it has already been done. But it's the rematch that can't be missed, that everybody wants to see. And if nobody has seen this movie, I mean, go watch it. Even if you watch all the Rocky movies, but I mean, if you like the original Rocky, then you will definitely want to check this one out. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. So, you know, I don't know what else to say about Rocky 2. It's probably been reviewed so many times and talked about so many times, but I just kind of wanted to tell you my thoughts on the movie and kind of stuff that I liked and stuff that touched me as a Rocky fan. Yeah, again, the soundtrack was really good in it. and then Rocky winning. Some people debate whether or not it should have won an Academy Award. I think it absolutely should have won an Academy Award because I think it's every bit as good as the original. I really do. But I think that, you know, it's a sequel. Most sequels don't win Academy Awards, and I understand that. But I think it deserved it. I think Stallone deserved to win an Academy Award because he didn't get Best Actor in the first movie. You know, because Stallone didn't win. I mean, he did, but he didn't. He didn't get Best Actor for the movie in the first Rocky. Like, it would have been cool if they would have given it to him for Best Actor, but that's neither here nor there. You know, I think he did all right for himself. And, of course, we roll on with the Rockies. So we'll be back pretty soon with Rocky 3. This was kind of a fast review. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of go over, you know, my favorite parts of the movie and kind of what I liked about it. Of course, for everybody, it's different. Maybe some people don't think this is as good as the original, and you know, like I said, it's debatable. We'll see you back here real soon. Take care, guys.